All right. Welcome, everybody, for today's special Sunday edition of a Fireside Chats. Today, we're going to be talking about the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination and how the ghoulish posts celebrating his murder has ended up causing a huge amount of people's irrational hatred overwhelm their rational mind and their basic common human decency and get fired for it. They fucked around. They found out, as is the way, to put it in Star Wars vernacular. They got what they fucking deserved. And yeah, that's just one of the things that we'll be talking about. We're also going to be talking about some good stuff as well, but that's come out of what happened with Charlie. How we have vigils going on around the world, not just the country. We're seeing stuff going on in London, where the estimates are between a little over 1 million, all the way up to 3 million people turned out in London to support Charlie Kirk and his family in this time of mourning. We've got in South Korea, South Koreans chanting, "I am Charlie Kirk" in English. We are seeing a major set of consequences coming from the people that were ghoulishly celebrating his assassination. And I feel sorry for some of them for losing their job because they've gotten away with this type of bullshit in the past and they just did not expect to finally be held accountable for what they were doing. But then again, this is what they deserve. There's no other way of putting it. I did not celebrate when they took out Osama bin Laden. I did not celebrate when Saddam Hussein was executed. If something like this would have happened to any big name on the left, I would not have celebrated it. I would have grieved it. Even if it was Hillary Clinton, I would not be dancing in the streets saying, "The wicked witch is dead." I would not be doing that. I have a hard time understanding the how and the why people celebrated this stuff. So I'm going to open everything up to the panel. Today we have, say your name, Wavro.
Juaraevo.
Okay, Juaraevo. We've got Alice of the Hole, Crazy Horse, and our dear Aussie, Shrubby. Hey,
grilled cheese.
It's not a
Make
stream.
me a grilled cheese. I've been celebrating this shit all fucking weekend. Make me a grilled cheese.
Okay, Art Madman, he says, "Sorry, American Patriots bad. Richard Spake won't be able to make it, but my 2 cents on Kirk's wife's speech last Friday. Wow. I want her to be president. Such courage. Let's see.
TTYL, talk to you later.
Okay, talk to you later. All right.
Goddamn boomer.
Just remember, guys, you always have an open seat right here by the fireplace. That's always open for you. This goes for all of you. Anybody who wants to hop in and join the panel, just send me a message and I'll send you a link.
Cue the Cheers theme song while we're at it.
Where everybody knows.
And we're always glad you came.
Why did the first thing that popped in my head have to be the Friends theme? Because
it is 100% a fucking brainworm song, and that was the whole point of it.
Yeah, fair.
Hey, my favorite brainworm song is the theme for the X-Men cartoon.
Oh yes.
Yep. That's it. Also,
That's some
love
good shit right
Gargoyles,
now.
man. That was a good cartoon too.
Oh, Gargoyles was badass.
They're remaking it.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
remaking it.
No.
I want to see the original on DVD or on a streaming service.
Agreed.
They have it. They've got it. It's out there. I've been trying to find a copy of it that I can afford.
Oh,
I
which
want
streaming
it on
service?
DVD.
Yeah, which streaming service?
Preferably Tubi because it's
if
free.
I remember right, it was on Disney Plus for a while.
Ah,
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Hey, I get Disney Plus because I got Hulu. Just go get Hulu, man, and you get it for free.
I don't want fucking either of them.
Yeah, except Hulu you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Tubi is 100% free with no subscription needed.
Now they make you make a Disney account.
I've already
I
yeeted fucking Netflix because they decided to put the price up $5. Fuck that.
Yeah. But anyway, in South Korea, they are chanting, "We are Charlie Kirk," in English.
That's crazy.
It's awesome.
Are you sure they're not saying, "We are a bunch of buck, we are a bunch of buck, we are a bunch of buck"?
Nope. I actually watched the video. It was something else, man. It was something else. I'm like, damn.
He got it.
Ich bin ein Donut!
Yeah, ich bin ein Berliner.
Now, my favorite speech is still Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That is still my favorite speech.
That actually, that happened in the 80s, 86, I think, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
right outside Checkpoint Charlie.
Yep, and they kept the State Department kept removing it from the speech, and they kept telling President Reagan not to put it in the speech. And when it came time for the speech, guess what Reagan and his big, massive fucking balls did? He put it back.
I wouldn't say his big, massive fucking balls. I'd say his big, massive fucking ego, maybe. But
well, if you're president of the United States, you're entitled to some level of ego.
Yeah.
As long as your ego doesn't go to your head.
Now,
cue ironic music sting.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, that's the thing, man. Reagan will always be the quintessential president in the back of my head, because when I grew up watching him, man, because every time what they do to Trump today, they did to Reagan back in the day.
True enough, but he's the least shittiest nugget in a pile of shit nuggets. Honestly, probably the best way. That's probably the best way to describe him. You know, given that his predecessors were Nixon, Carter, fucking, you know, yeah.
They're all
he was the least shittiest nugget in a pile of shit nuggets. That's the best you can say.
Now, the best president in of the 20th century will always be Calvin Coolidge.
What?
Yep, Calvin Coolidge.
That's like saying Wilson was a great president. What the fuck?
No, you do not understand who Calvin Coolidge was.
I understood what he fucking did.
Absolutely fuck all. That was the whole point. Okay, in 1920, there was a worse economic crash than any other of the 20th century. But they recovered from it in less than 6 months. Why? Because Calvin Coolidge basically told Congress, who sat there and says, we need to spend all this money to fix this. And what did Calvin Coolidge do? No.
Was Calvin Coolidge before or after FDR?
He was way before FDR. Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, FDR, on the other hand, was the worst president for American freedoms than any other president in American history. And this is including the fact that Lincoln basically got rid of habeas corpus and was imprisoning journalists who were reporting on what was going on during the Civil War. Because he was imprisoning people without any type of judicial review. And
the journalists were also printing garbage and printing it as fact as well.
So
you mean
that was not all one-sided. Let's be fair. That was not all one-sided.
But he also imprisoned.
What they're doing today?
Okay, he also imprisoned the entirety of the Maryland state legislature after they had voted to remain in the Union and to muster up their militia to have them put under Union control as part of the federal army. He still arrested them all because they actually held the vote to do that, to remain in the Union. Yeah. Lincoln was, he held the Union together, but he did some really fucked up shit.
Yeah, and we're bucketed on this one. Before we get into a rant, we might actually want to talk about what we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh, yeah, we are. I'm just saying, that's... We've had a whole lot of really interesting presidents that have done some really messed up shit. But not. Charlie Kirk was, like I said on Wednesday, Charlie Kirk was living what I've been saying. Be the positive change that you want to see in the world. They murdered him while he was in the middle of a debate. Why did they do it? It's quite simple. He was causing young kids there in colleges to start to wake up. Everybody who had any interactions with him, when they would go there, they would think he was this white supremacist monster that they had, boogeyman that they'd been told about. And then when they actually met him and found out that he didn't make fun of them, he didn't attack them, he just talked to them. And they started waking up.
Yeah, it's not what he was saying. It's the fact that the kids were listening to him. That's what they got mad about.
Amen.
Yes. And that to me was one of those things. I mean, so many people that were out there ghoulishly celebrating his murder. They're getting their just desserts. Karma has shown up carrying a bad dragon strap on that's bigger than she is now. And
that's a fucking image I didn't need. Thanks very much.
Actually, you're probably going to be going to the door and say, "Has she shown up yet?"
Don't you project your fucking crippled desires on me. Thanks very much. Just because you want to walk, just because you want it in there till you're legless.
I mean, the truth is the truth, and you can't argue with that.
You're right. He likes taking up the shit pipe. We know. He likes being pegged.
Just because I've got to go for a fracking colonoscopy.
We know you enjoy the colonoscopy. That's how we know you like being pegged.
No, I don't, man. That shit sucks, man. I've got to do that damn shit. I've got to go on a liquid diet for over a week. It's not going to be fun. They pushed it back to the 25th, man. Come on. So I've been going without food for a while now. I'm getting upset. I'm hungry, damn it. I'm hungry. Hey, Carlos. If you
live for months on MRE. Stop complaining.
Hey, those MREs block my butt up, man.
Oh, I'm not down that for a second, but you've done it before. Stop complaining.
Yeah, I know, right?
We still have 3 cases sitting here.
Yes, we do.
Do you have pork patty with applesauce?
I'll look.
If you do, man, let me know, because that's my favorite, was the pork patty with applesauce.
As long as it's not the other one that fucking blows your ring hole out.
Oh, that's the cheese. Anything with cheese.
Now they're all low sodium.
Yeah. Now I really love.
There was one that's
King. That one was good, but only if you're getting it from Texas, because the ones from Texas actually had hot sauce. All the other places did not have hot sauce back in the day, which really sucked. Bastards. But anyway.
Bastards. And the whole sandwater trick, it was beautiful. Bastards.
Now, I've been watching these videos, and it's been making me laugh my butt off, where all these leftist loons were sitting there celebrating, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are monsters. And then they come back, then they update it with, I just got fired.
I know the absolute fucking bottom queer that was walking around in his fucking thigh highs, losing his goddamn mind.
Yes, that's the one that I love watching the most because it was so fucking hilarious.
If it had been me,
pathetic of what it was.
I said this before the stream started. If it'd been me, I wouldn't have stopped at just firing them. I would have gone out of my way to blackball them so they never got a job in that industry again.
Yep.
They probably did. That's why they were throwing a fucking tantrum that bad. Not only did they get fired, they've got no prospect of getting a job again.
Well, the one in Florida, they were trying to take their credentials.
Nice.
That's the teacher, right?
Nice. Yeah, there were 3 of them in one county.
Nice.
Because there's this teacher. I know there was a teacher that was forcing little kids, to watch the video of him getting shot, and then preaching trans rights talking points. And I stress the term, he was preaching it. The teacher was preaching it. He wasn't telling them or giving them instruction about it, but he was preaching it.
What's up, fish?
That one, they just said he was suspended. They didn't say fired on that one.
Yeah, that one was suspended and being under review. And if I remember right, that took place up in Canada.
Yeah, Toronto.
So odds are it's Canada, so odds are the person ain't going to get fired. I mean, they didn't even fire the dude that was wearing the type of jugs that Shrubby likes.
Well, that to be perfectly fair, though, that was an ultimate fucking troll, though. That guy didn't believe a fucking word in it. That was a complete troll.
I hope that.
It was. Right. It was. He came out and had said it, and afterwards, after he'd won the case and whatever, he basically ditched the whole gear and said, I just proved that it's a whole load of bullshit. It was the ultimate troll. You have a look and see the whatever thing. He did exactly that. As soon as he won the case, he just ditched all the crap and said, I've just proved how hypocritical all this bullshit is.
Oh my God, that is so awesome.
They threw the biggest fucking shit fit. It was so funny.
God,
you'll have to send me and Richard both the links to that.
I couldn't for life of me find it. You just have to go look at that up that article and whatever. I think they've still got it linked to the original article, so you might have to go find the article and then do that.
That's hilarious.
But like I said, watching these people, the karma showing up at their door, it's like, hey there, let's try this on for size, asshole.
Yeah, you want to play this fucking game? Let's see how it works when the boot's on the other foot.
Yeah, because these are the same people that kept saying, "Oh, it's not cancel culture; it's consequence culture," and it's coming back and literally ripping their assholes open. And it's like, what's happened? Because they're talking about the fact that even though he's deleted the post, Stephen King, it's looking like he's going to be getting a slander or libel suit being tossed his way from Charlie's.
In the words of J. Jonah Jameson, slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
Yes, so this would be definitely libel because he put it on Twitter X. where he was talking about Charlie Kirk was calling for gay people to be stoned when he never said that. And one of my friends
I love the gall of some of the fuckwits on Twitter trying to show the videos that prove that that's what he said, and it's so far out of context, it's not funny. Yep. It's not even remotely what he fucking said.
At this point, it's context. What context? Who needs context?
Yeah. That's proof? What proof? We said it. We said it happened, therefore it's true.
Exactly.
And that right there.
Yeah. Thanks, Gorbachev.
And that right there is one of those things that just really, really makes me mad because it's just.
I would say it grinds my gears, but I don't have any gears left to grind.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Dang it, Shrubby! I knew you were going to do that. I set you up for that, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You're the dumbass. Wear it.
Hang on.
Where's the bucket? Yeah, put the bucket of shame on. Mm-hmm. Put him in the cone of shame.
Yes.
Put him in the cone of shame.
But like I was saying, I know Crazy was talking on Wednesday. There was a whole lot he wanted to say. He just couldn't say it at the time. So.
Was that because he was drunk off his ass? Or
no,
he was good. He was sober. I swear.
He was. When we were talking about this, he was talking about the fact that he just was in so much shock that there was stuff he wanted to say, the rant he wanted to say, but he couldn't say it because he still was having a hard time believing it could happen. And I was in the same boat because that's why I kept crying. Because I couldn't believe it.
It was up there with hearing JFK got shot. Honestly, I'm not trying to paint and make a saint out of a sinner on any side, but it's that collective shock that everybody had when they heard that JFK got shot. Yeah, honestly, that's probably the best way I could probably describe it.
I can say our kitchen's never been cleaner. I just kept cleaning and wandering.
Yeesh. Damn. Yeah. You're a stress cleaner. That's a new one.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there are worse ways to spend your time when you're under stress.
Yeah.
I happen to be a stress eater.
Well, that one's normal. It's more the case of stress cleaning. Is like it's something that adds stress to your situation. How is that helping you in any way?
At least you're doing something constructive with your time.
Yeah.
True.
Well, Crazy, would you like to take the floor and give us the things that you wanted to talk about when it came to this? Because this is you've got the floor.
All right. Well, let me start with doing a tribute to Charlie with the newer Tom McDonald song.
Uh-oh.
He just said it so well. Yep. Okay, so we get over here. Share the screen. Doop, doop, doop. Get this one out of the way.
I feel like a little dwarf from fucking Corpse Bride. Oh, this is going to be good.
It is. Okay.
And anyone who knows Tom McDonald, he doesn't skate around the truth.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. He's straight. He's straight up. That's one of the things I like about it.
But I'm Tish.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous, woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed the father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Dear Charlie, I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. Cause we ain't going quiet, we gon' scream your name loud, and you're gone, but I swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties, and you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us, but good men die for the things that they say, and I can't just be quiet. So I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day. Killed in cold blood for having a discussion, and liberals are celebrating murder like it's justice. You didn't kill a villain or the evil that it comes with. You killed a father and a husband. And I'm so tired of the left and all the wokery. We can't get along if you just kill us when we don't agree. Sniper rifle fire from a liberal that no one sees. Scared I might be next to die when I'm just buying groceries. Charlie, we'll make sure your children know that defending all our freedom is why you aren't coming home. I hope heaven has a window you can watch your children grow and hear your message echo from below. And we ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties, and you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us, but good men die for the things that they say, and I can't just be quiet. So I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day.
Such a great
song. I love that.
If I didn't have to look at him in the video and whatever, I'd say it was a great song. But Jesus Christ, that man needs to have that fucking hair fixed. Jesus Christ.
I love Tom MacDonald. I love a lot of his music. There are very, very few Tom MacDonald songs I don't like. And this is one of those I'd have to download because this is amazing.
Yes. Yep. You couldn't have said it any better for Charlie.
Oh, for sure.
Like I said, Tom MacDonald does not embellish the truth. He does not give 1/8 of a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yep. And it's like this, there are things I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on, but I don't agree with everybody on 100% on anything.
Nope.
He was all about open discussion because he did not want violence to be where we would go. And in all honesty, he was a moderate. His political stances were more moderate. The only thing that he was really hardline on was his faith. And that's what a lot of these idiots that are sitting there calling him a fascist, a Nazi, a white supremacist, a homophobe, a transphobe, and all this horrible shit, except did not get.
And I've watched a bunch of his videos, and I never saw any of that.
Exactly. And
what's crazy is the kid he was debating at the time of the shot.
Yep.
Finally came out, and he was even debating on gun violence at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The kid was trying to say the left is peaceful. Well, we all know they're not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before he could even say that, somebody on the left proved him wrong.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. The fact that also the whole media, not just a couple of outlets, the entire media has been running fucking interference, trying to say he was Republican and all the other fucking bullshit they've been pulling out of their ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It is the most disingenuous, dishonest, and fucking bullshit thing I've ever seen. I don't think we've seen that level of bullshit since 2016.
Well, remember when Trump got shot?
Yeah.
They did the same thing.
Yep.
They tried to downplay it. And
well, no, they tried to bury it entirely. That was the thing. They tried to bury it entirely. You couldn't find anything about the guy. They refused to release his manifesto because apparently it was inflammatory. They tried to bury it. They didn't just try to make a bullshit. They just tried to straight out fucking bury it.
And you also had right after
buried the trans shooter from the Catholic school.
It's
like gone.
Well, you also had on MSNBC. They tried to say that Charlie had been shot by one of his supporters who was firing off his gun in celebration.
That's absurd.
Okay. That bitch needs to be fired. I know they fired Matthew Dodd for what fucked up bullshit that dumbass was saying. And I just cannot believe the lunacy of these people. That on the upside of all of this, it's waking people up.
Absolutely.
Because there's people like us who keep bringing up the fact that they did the same thing when Trump got shot. And how you had so many people that were like, somebody finally took a shot at him. I'm just upset that they didn't get him.
Thank you, Mr. Neighbor, who decided to give us the very sound of his V8 driving past.
And we have so much evidence of the left committing violence against the right. Don't even have to point to when Rand Paul's neighbor just blitzed him and beat the living dog shit out of him and cost him a good chunk of his lungs when he kept kicking him in the ribs. We can point to the quote unquote summer of love and the hundreds of cops that got killed and the thousands of people that got killed, the billions with a B dollars of property damage that in some place, there are some estimates that it was closer to $1 trillion worth of money that was from the damages and from the economic disruptions of those insurrections. They keep calling January 6th an insurrection. The only people with guns were the cops. The only people with weapons were the cops. During the summer of love, people showed up with weapons.
If they want to call January 6th a fucking insurrection, then every goddamn BLM riot was a fucking insurrection as well.
Yep.
Los Angeles riots. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was violent.
Everything that happened during all of Trump's first presidency, burning entire freaking cities to the goddamn ground. I'm sorry. There is no way there is anything even remotely peaceful about burning a fucking city to the ground.
Nope.
Exactly. And that's the thing that really gets me about these people. Oh, we're peaceful. We care about compassion. We care about love. This is proving that wrong. I was, before we got started and everybody showed up to get up on stage before we got started, a friend of mine on one of the Battletech servers was sharing a whole bunch of screenshots from Blue Sky. It's been so bad on Blue Sky that Blue Sky themselves had to tell all the lefties that were celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder, yo, stop it. You're going too far. When an echo chamber for the left basically has to come out and say, yo, stop. You know it's bad.
Mm.
But
don't see Elon Musk or anybody who's running Twitter or X rather. Don't see any of them telling anybody to tone down any kind of either support or hatred, regardless of how you felt about Charlie Kirk. I don't see any of them doing that.
Yeah, because they don't have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was so rampant on Blue Sky, they had to call it out and put a stop to it. And you actually had people on Blue Sky saying, we're not the violent ones, while at the same time promoting people celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination.
And demanding that other figures be taken out as well.
Yes, they were coming up with lists of people to kill next. And if I remember right, J.K. Rowling was at the top of the list.
That's fucked. I'm sorry. That's fucked. Regardless of what you think about her, that's fucked. What reason does she have? Even if you're not a fan of the books, you never were a fan of the books. What has she done to warrant that?
Supposedly she made some sort of anti-trans comments back in the day.
Yeah,
I'm aware that's why they hate her. But what has she done to warrant having the same outcome as Charlie Kirk? You can make the argument Charlie Kirk is, he's turning the youth against us. He's getting involved in the communities. He's actually doing shit. What has she done?
Nothing.
Oh no, I can tell you exactly what she's done. Have you heard of those two? What are they? I'm trying to think of the word. It's not. It's charities. No. Thanks, File 13. You bald-headed fuck. No, do you recall those two? You do recall those two charities that she has?
Yeah.
Lumos and the other one.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do?
I can't remember. It's something about promoting women.
They help orphans and domestically abused children.
Mm-hmm.
And what do the left promote more than anything else?
Abortion.
Well, not just that, but also maps.
Yeah.
And what's the one thing that an organization like that's going to do? Is going to protect kids.
Yep.
No, that's why they fucking hate her. That's why they want her gone. Because she's providing the outlet that stops the maps from getting their way.
Yeah. And like I said, it's insanity, and
agreed.
One of the things that she posted on, I think it's Twitter. It's just Twitter. She posted, if you believe free speech is for you, but not your political opponents, you're illiberal. If no contrary evidence could change your beliefs, you're a fundamentalist. If you believe the state should punish those with contrary views, you're a totalitarian. If you believe political opponents should be punished with violence or death, you're a terrorist. And I totally agree with that statement.
Agreed. You'll get no argument from me on that one.
Well said.
100%.
There was somebody that posted on Facebook, just call him Dan. He says, I'm not big on unfriending people on Facebook. Frankly, I enjoy reading posts and seeing pictures of so many friends, in quotes, no matter their politics. I've never been afraid of people who disagree with me. But today, everything changed. A man, a husband and father, was murdered in cold blood for speaking, for expressing an opinion, and engaging in debate on a college campus. That's it. Scrolling through social media today, I read post after post of friends, in quotes, either celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk or arguing that he was in some way responsible for his own assassination. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I have faced death threats and have had the lives of my wife and children threatened by deranged lunatics who are told every day that I am a Nazi, that I am a threat to democracy because I am a Republican. I always took the threat seriously, but also figured it came with the territory of being an elected office holder. But it all hits differently now. There are a lot of tough keyboard warriors out there who live pathetic lives and thrive on attacking others online who they disagree with. Many are, quote, friends who are really nice to me to my face. And then in parentheses, he says, that whole your honor thing tends to do that, unquote, or parentheses. But I always knew deep down how they really felt. I went along with it because I'm an easygoing guy and never one to let things bother me. Often I would just roll my eyes at them. But none of them have ever had to face what my family and I have had to face over simple politics. Instead, they lead boring lives and crave any attention they can get online in order to make themselves feel better, more relevant, and more important. The likes and the shares they receive gives them the validation they so desperately crave. They have the luxury of spouting any nonsense they like, knowing our First Amendment and their complete irreverence will keep them from harm's way. But after today, I'm done with all of that. If you choose to celebrate or try to justify the murder of a fellow American who you disagree with politically, I can only assume you would do the same if my family or I were to ever suffer the same fate. We are obviously not friends, unquote, in any sense of the word, and I no longer have any interest in simply rolling my eyes at you. No matter how much I enjoy seeing your post pictures of your kids' first day of school or grieve when I see you've posted about losing a loved one. You all know who you are, and if you're reading this, it's because I either haven't made my way to unfriending you or think so little of you that it hasn't occurred to me yet. Either way, please know that I will never change who I am or what I believe. I will continue to pray for our country and will always do whatever it takes to protect my family. That post I have saved because it expresses what's been going on for so damn long. That one side keeps calling us all these horrible things while at the same time saying, go punch a Nazi, while calling us Nazis. They talk about killing Nazis. They talk about this stuff all the time. All the time.
And then they're claiming freedom of speech, but it still has consequences.
And they also sit there and go, we're the peaceful ones. While calling for murder and violence.
Yeah, real peaceful guys.
But
Party of empathy. Yeah. If you had empathy, you wouldn't be celebrating a murder.
All right. File 13 says, Turning Point USA is right down the road. I go to school right down the street from where they live. Some sad shit. And then he also posted, the only thing I disagree with the amount of doxing. Doesn't seem right either side. I totally agree.
Fair. Yeah. If you cannot make your point,
period.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is.
If you cannot make your point without fucking doxing people, you've already lost the fucking argument.
Exactly.
Yep. And
bingo.
I mean, I've not hid who I am. I haven't hid where I live.
Nope.
Everybody knows my name is Richard Alvin Spake. And y'all know I live in Waxhaw, North Carolina.
Yep.
And Spake is an unusual last name. There's not that.
It's not. No, it wouldn't be hard to figure it out. No.
And we even know where you grew up.
Yep. Because we talked about it. We've talked about it on this channel. That I grew up around Lake Lure and in a town called Bills Creek. I loved that place. It was beautiful. I loved living there. And I can't wait to go back up there and visit it whenever Alice and Crazy come down and kidnap me for a few days. But
that sounded creepy than it should, just saying.
Hey, they're also going to take me to a strip club so I can get to spend some time with Ginger Wolf. Yep.
No comment. Yep. No comment whatsoever.
She's supposed to let us know when she gets back in town.
Cool. Because I can't wait.
Somebody that gorgeous, you'll get no objections from me.
Yep. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Hashtag me. I just have to sit and wait till she gets off work if she ends up coming over here as she originally planned.
Yep. And
I can already hear the rage. I can already hear the muttering.
But like I
Richard's
said,
going fucking.
Hey, she doesn't. Her home isn't that far from me, so I'm not that worried. She's a good person, and I can't wait to spend time hanging out. And she wants to join our role playing group, and I can't wait for her to be able to have the time to do it.
The greater question is if her and Crazy are cousins.
Yeah.
What? Is that a figurative question or a literal?
No, literal.
What?
Well,
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
She's from Morganton, and that's where all my family is from. And over there, it is the mountains, and everybody's a cousin.
So now the truth comes out. I see. Are you kissing cousins though?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'd kiss that.
Oh yeah.
But
okay, way too far.
But like I said, it's what drives me nuts about all this is the fact that they keep calling for this violence, and we've just let it be water off a duck's back and not said anything about it.
There's a time and a place for that, and we're well and truly fucking gone past that.
Yep. Why do you think I keep referring to what we've been going through? We're not on the slippery slope no more. We haven't been on the slippery slope in half of a century now. We're on that slip and slide that's got that 6-foot coating of industrial strength Astroglide. The good shit. The kind of shit that allows a bull mastiff with gigantism to fit into a miniature teacup chihuahua with dwarfism. And that little chihuahua looking back going, "Are you in
This
yet?"
is oddly fucking specific, Richard.
The visual.
It's the visual.
The visual is fucked, is what it is.
Yes, but that's showing you just where we're at now. We're on the slip and slide with the really, really good industrial grade.
My question is, my question really is, so what small dog hurt you in the past, Richard?
Chihuahuas, man, they're vile, evil little bastards that run around as little terrorists, man. Little terrorists. That's the only way to put it. They got a chip on their shoulder bigger than the flipping mastiff in the description, man. Come on, get real.
Fair.
Chihuahuas are evil. They're the terrorists of the dog world. Come on, but not. We're able to hit the sound, break the sound barrier on this Astroglide slip and slide. That is what we're on right now. And the only thing that's going to fix it is if everybody actually wakes the hell up and gets right with God. And there are days when reading my Bible.
Forget the God part. Just get right with being fucking decent human beings.
True. But
don't even have to invoke God on this situation. Being a decent fucking human being doesn't need a God.
True. But
if you have God, you are more likely to be a decent human being.
We can argue that one till the cows come home. Some of the worst people in the fucking world have been doing God's work.
Yeah. Put God's word in quotes, though.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because that's one of the reasons why I'm not that big on organized religion. Because man's always going to fuck it up.
Agreed.
I believe in you take God's word and you go with it. Whenever you have somebody else interpret things for you, they can put their own biases into it, just like you can. The difference is.
Oh yeah, I get accused of that all the fucking time. You're biased against religion. Fucking oath I am. Reason being is because the guy who was the first encounter I ever remember of family involving religion didn't fucking make the argument any better.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather bodily throwing a priest out of the house kind of does that.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandfather was 6'3". Now imagine a man who's about the size of a linebacker, maybe larger, at 6'3", bodily picking up a man and throwing him out the door. It was a sight to see.
That's awesome, dude. That's an awesome sight.
That's a very vivid description.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That makes an impact on you as a kid, even if you weren't even there to see it. It's to still to hear about it is enough to make an impact on you. Oh boy, they must have done something really bad to piss Granddad off.
but like I was saying, I read the Bible and keep looking at what the end times is going to be like. And I remember when I was a kid, and we would go into the end times in Book of Revelations, how good would be made to look evil and evil would be made to look good. That nothing will make sense. My mother, before she died, she was really reading into it, saying that she truly believed if this wasn't the end times, we were in the lead up to the end times with just how insane things were getting. And I kept thinking, when I died, I begged and I pleaded, please let me stay dead. And the man with kind eyes kept saying, no, I can't. There's something only you can do, and I got to send you back. And he kept sending me back. And like I said, the fifth time I died, and he looked at me and says, I know I made you be stubborn, Richard Alvin, but this is getting ridiculous. So to
that you respond with, motherfucker, I'm doing the best I can.
And he's not let me die since. And that was in 2008. So
son of a bitch.
I've had this conversation in the past, even before we started this. I was talking about how my pain levels have been getting out of hand. And the fact that they won't give me pain medicine because of bureaucratic reasons. Oh, we can't give you the methadone that you can take because of your drug allergies because it's an opioid. And I'm like, I need pain relief because I can't clean my house because I hurt so bad. And my house
hurts so bad. I hurt so bad. Sorry.
If you guys could see my house, you would understand why I am so upset. My house looks like a hoarder would be. If a hoarder saw my house right now, they'd be like going, yo, dude, this place is a mess.
So you're saying a hoarder would have a heart attack?
Yes.
As someone whose mother is a refusable diagnosis of hoarder, believe me, Richard, unless you physically cannot walk into rooms that stuff is stacked that high, no, you will not.
Yeah, I'm almost to that point.
You're not there yet, though. You're not there yet, though.
Every chance I get to get somebody to help me take the trash out, I do. Because I've got so much trash, and the fact that my house needs to be cleaned and put back to rights drives me nuts that my house is this much of a mess. And I was in the Navy. I was able to square away a compartment and make it 4.0 with a field day in just a few hours. That whenever they would come and inspect it, they literally, to try to find gunk, was having to get down on their hands and knees and digging up underneath stuff to try to see if there was gunk there. And I would have had it scrubbed out. When I was working at fast food places, and the managers made the statement of, when we hired him, we did not expect someone who could clean this place as well as he is doing. We should hire him not to be a fry cook or be a cook or anything. Just hire him to have him clean the space during his 8-hour shift and leave him the hell alone. That's the type of cleaning I used to be able to do before the pain levels are so bad that there are days I can't even, it hurts to get out of the bed and go to the bathroom. I used to be able to go for 3-hour walks just because I felt like it. And now I have a hard time going to the bathroom, walking to the bathroom, guys. I'm not saying this for pity or anything. I am just telling you guys the pain I live with. And I'm not wanting pity. I don't want any of that. I just want you guys to know where I'm coming from. I love you guys. Suck.
Yeah.
And, hey, I love you guys.
Instead of cleaning the kitchen 5 times, I should have drove the 2.5 hours and gone and helped Richard out.
That would be cool.
Yeah. The only people I pity are fools.
And
thanks, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Peter, fool. What you talking about, fool?
I pity you.
But like I was saying, I get it. I'm sick and tired of giving people all of the benefit of the doubt, because I want to see the best in people, because I still will see y'all as having a
he
better...
still wants to be a nice person, everybody. He will not surrender to being the asshole. We must make him surrender to be the asshole.
True. That's the problem.
We must make him surrender to be the asshole.
That's the problem. I keep looking at this stuff, especially with what happened with Charlie and all these people that were celebrating it, and I'm like, I just don't get how they were able to. Why the hell were they celebrating it? Why did they think it was a good idea to go and film it and post it to the world to see? My baby sister's best friend, when somebody tried to take Trump out and shot him in the ear, came into the house happy and jubilant and dancing and celebrating the fact that somebody almost took Trump out. And talking with Rebecca, it ripped her guts out, because somebody that she cared for so much was so callous and cruel, and she just couldn't. She's like me; she couldn't understand it. That it really messed her up. That it had her in tears. She came up to me and cried on my shoulder because it hurt her so bad. And her friend does not know just how close that woman came to me saying, "Fuck it," and go grab my crutches and wrap them around her head.
She fucking should have, honestly.
Because
that is the stage we're at now. It's not let's try and be nice, let's try and play the placating. Now, no. You want to play fucking bullshit like that? Now you cop the responsibility for it. So if that involves me taking your fucking crutches and clubbing the shit out of you, that's what it comes to.
And I tried so desperately, guys, to not be as dark-minded, because I see the good in people. I see how awesome the potential that they have in them. It's like I'm hoping one day I can convince Shrubby to put on shining armor and be a champion of goodness again, And
that was beaten out of me in the first 5 minutes of fucking basic training, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That will and truly remove my rose-tinted glasses of the world as a nice and happy place. There are just some people who are assholes for the sake of being assholes.
True.
You must learn to live with this fact, regardless of how you feel about it.
Yeah, and I understand the whole concept that there are just some people that want to sit back and watch the world burn. I'm just hoping that
I most certainly am one of them.
I'm just hoping that there are as few of them in the world as possible, because it worries me when they're out there and they're doing some really fucked up shit. And because
they're out there doing some really fucked up shit, you'll just never hear about it.
Mm-hmm. And
they're the ones who are making the real difference. The ones you never hear about.
Yeah,
I know, because they haven't found mine yet.
Because it's like with Charlie Kirk, he was having a positive influence, and Turning Point USA has been having a positive impact. I mean, the upcoming generation is a hell of a lot more conservative than any that came before it. You know, they're tired of the woke progressive bullshit.
And it's about time. It's about time people started waking up to it.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
hell, it's about damn time.
And that is why that's why a part of me thinks that was the true reason why they wanted him gone, was the fact that he was bringing reason to the table.
It's exactly the same situation with Martin Luther King. Why did they shoot Martin Luther King? Because he wasn't as divisive and inflammatory as Malcolm X was. Yep. It was easy to write Malcolm X off because you just could call him his Islamic extremist and leave it at that. You couldn't really argue with a lot of things that Martin Luther King was coming out with, could you?
Yeah, because all he was saying were am I not a man? Am I not human?
Yes. You can't just write that off and just ignore it. That has to be dealt with. And the only way and the best way to deal with it in that situation is you silence it.
And I when they watching the video of it, and what drives me nuts is knowing that his wife and both of his kids were there with him when it happened. And the reports I've heard was that the sound of the gunshot scared her, so his little baby girl, so bad she went running to daddy. And
while daddy's laying there bleeding out, Jesus.
Yeah. And they said that the security guys had to keep her from seeing it. And
that's sad.
Agreed.
The leftist that drives
I might be an asshole, and I might be a heartless asshole at that, but that hurts.
Yeah, that goes beyond the pale. Especially when this was brought up to a lot of these leftists that was celebrating his assassination. They didn't care. They actually wished that the kids had seen it.
That's just disgusting.
And that some of them
those people need to be tarred and feathered, then hung, then lined up and shot.
Yep.
Well, these people were also saying that they needed to do the same thing to his wife and his kids.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, that's fucked.
Like I said, I made the statement that Blue Sky is a dumpster fire, and one of the guys on the server was like going, nope, you're making the noble dumpster fire look bad. And he had made a statement that irradiated spoiled mayonnaise is more like what Blue Sky has become. And I said, hey, even that bad mayonnaise has its good uses. And
that is true. That is true. But that is true. Bad mayonnaise actually does have a use.
And one of the other guys made the joke of, yeah, it's really good hobo lube.
Oh, another visual.
Oh, that's a funny one. That's a good one. I think I can live with that one.
No. I did not need that image in my head. Thank you.
Don't. You're gonna make me have to hit the. You're gonna make me have to show you this. Aren't
The
you?
spray bottle.
You're gonna make me break out the spray bottle. Hit Siggy. You. Bad Sig Balderson. Bad Siggy Balderson. Bad Siggy Balderson.
Cultist screeching in the background. I'm not even here. and I'm getting spray bottle. I'm not even here.
Oh God, this is bad.
And then we still have the funeral coming up.
Just
Oh,
like
Jesus.
a friend I have
That's-
known for years for posting anti-Charlie Kirk videos. Oh God, Siggy, I
Damn,
am
dude.
sorry. God, that is.
I wouldn't condone that and whatever because it was bad enough wankers were doing that when Trump got elected. But yeah, I can understand there's a time where you're done trying to convince these wankers.
And now
if Siggy's got to that point, then fair. I can't judge him for it.
Yeah, that's definitely a wanting to push the button moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I actually agree with Siggy in that respect.
Because I've had for people that I was friends with all the way back in kindergarten that I've had to remove from my life because of the shit. Some 550 cord and a hog knot at 115 degrees in the desert.
That's hardcore.
He's seen Road Warrior. He knows what's up.
I don't block. I'm usually the one blocked.
Yeah, same.
I like having discourse. Some people are just really sensitive. Talking with people, I've dealt with so many people that get offended so easily that I'm having to learn that because I'm ex-Navy. I'm used to people busting each other's balls all the time and it being in good humor and good nature. So I automatically see this as a good-natured ball busting moment. And then I get told later, oh no, man, they really aren't that nice. And I'm like, oh shit. So y'all really were trying to rip each other's throats out. Damn, I did not realize that. I thought y'all were just having, ball busting moments. And that knocked me.
To then they get shitty with you when your reaction is, well, you two motherfuckers need to rub one out and fucking come back later.
Yeah.
that was our as Richard did. That was our standard response. If you got too heated with what you were talking about, that was the standard response. Go fucking rub one out. Come back later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Here we go. Road Warrior, bro, Ashmont, Iraq, head of the spear, and we were on a rush. Tell you guys one day. Hey, I was in Desert Storm, man. We had a unit that had gotten lost and was so far ahead of everybody that they were like, hey, we're only supposed to go this far. Yeah, but there's this Marine unit that's over here that's lost. We got to go get them.
Marines lost. That's an irony of itself.
I call that irony.
Yes.
That's an irony of itself. Marines that are lost. Ha, ha, ha.
My buddies always was like, don't give Spake the map. Like, ain't my fault. Ain't my fault. Right. Don't give him the map. Whatever you do, don't give him the map. He'll be holding it upside down. Damn it. Yep.
You actually are admitting you were that retarded with the map.
I make a fresh butter bar lieutenant look good when it comes to maps.
I would not be admitting that, Richard. Just saying, I would not be admitting that.
Hey, it's not my fault, okay?
Yes, it is. Learn to read the map.
I don't navigate maps, man. I navigate
I don't facilitate nerds.
I have never been able to read a map. Like even back in the 90s when my grandma would have me navigating for, I'd be the person flipping the map upside down and backwards.
Oh no!
Trying to figure out where I was.
The days of the Melways. Oh no!
Yeah, I've never been able to read a map ever.
Yeah,
you disappoint me, Harry Potter. You disappoint me.
The way I navigate is by the lay of the land and landmarks, because I grew up in the mountains. That was the only way to get around and be able to navigate. And but yeah, you put a map in my hand, I'll get lost. But if you just tell me how to get there, I can find it and get there, no problem. You can ask Crazy and Alice; they're up on the same mountain. They know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
See that creek over yonder? Yeah, you take a right there, you follow it down about so many miles, then you turn here. When you see this rock outcropping, then you turn there at that rock outcropping, and you'll find it.
All right, we get it. We all get it. It's intermediate directional, whatever, Doris Day. We get it.
Okay, File 13 says, I was there with the maintenance truck when they took down Sodom's statue. I shit my pants. It was 1 to 150 outmanned. We were lucky we didn't get sniped.
Damn.
I mean to say track. Oh, okay. And then he goes, I just need a topographic map and I'm good. Hey, if I've got a map that actually shows land features, I'm good to go. But if it's just road maps and shit, I'm no good. I'll get lost, no problem. But
how? Fucking how? How does that make any sense?
The only time you will ever see me interacting with a map in any way will be throwing it in the wood chipper. Preferably feet first.
It makes absolutely no sense, though.
I'm sorry, man. It's just the way I
Being lost with a topographical map makes more sense.
Yeah.
How?
I'm pretty damn good at maps, but Alice can't read them.
Nope.
I'm good at drawing maps.
I could make an incredibly sexist remark there. I'm not going to.
It's all true. It's all true. I'll take it, baby.
Hey, I'm good at drawing maps. I will say that. I am good at drawing.
I could use an entire completely sexist statement with that, because there is not a single woman in my life that can read a fucking map either.
I own it. I own all of it.
Map? What's a map?
You don't want to know.
Melways? What's a Melways?
What's a hen weigh? About 3 ounces.
Clap them out, folks. Clap them out.
Go ahead, say it, Shrubby. I know you want to.
Clap for the handicap.
But like I've been saying, Charlie, he was being the positive change by opening up dialogue. He wouldn't get upset. He would not get mean with people that would attack him. And the funny thing is,
he had some nasty things to say when he wanted to make a solid point, though. You got to admit.
Yes.
When he wanted to really drive home a point, God, he could be a vicious motherfucker.
Yes, but he didn't treat the people that was coming up at him at these events in such a horrible way, even when they were calling him all kinds of shit. And I mean, people who did not like him, but met him at these events, at the end of it, was sitting there talking about the fact that he wasn't the person that they had been told he was.
Mm.
He wasn't the hateful monster that they had been convinced he was.
Mm.
Because there was this one trans activist that had met him and was like, holy shit, he's nothing like what I was told he was like. And he was a moderate. politically. He wasn't far extreme right, and it's. I'm sitting there looking at that, and hell, they did the same thing with Mitt Romney and John McCain. The moderate types, Bob Dole, moderate type. They still called them Nazis and everything else.
Yeah.
I know Bill Maher was sitting there talking about it. I think it was in the build up to the election, and because he was lambasting the Democrats, talking about the fact that every time a Republican runs, you call them a Nazi, you call them all this evil shit, and then whenever we get somebody like Trump, nobody believes us no more. Because used to be, whenever you called somebody a racist, they were like, no, I'm not. And they would fight you on it. Those were fighting words. Just like calling somebody a Nazi. That was a fighting word. Now it's been so...
Yeah, now it's lost all fucking meaning, yeah.
Yeah, it's lost all of its meaning. And that's what the left has done. And
you said that so much it's lost all meaning.
Exactly.
Okay,
And but it's true. That's the issue here. That they've overused it so much it has lost all meaning, all purpose. And it's worse than the little boy that cried wolf.
See, and it's so hard for me because every time I hear that word, all I think about is my family that is no longer with us because of the Nazis. My family that died in those concentration camps. So
Jesus.
for them to throw that term around.
Oh yeah, that becomes personal for you. Holy shit.
It does. And I'm just like, can we please separate? It's easier for y'all to breed hate than love and compassion. So.
And that's the it's not that hard to just show basic human decency and compassion. That's the part that gets me. It's harder for me to show distaste and disgust with other people. It just, because I still see the good in some people.
That's also a fault. Let's not sugarcoat that. That's also a fault.
Yeah. And I admit that can get me killed. And when I was in the service, I still was willing to go out and save the life of the damn son of a bitch that just shot. Because
the scorpion and the frog story comes to mind.
Well, when somebody's sitting there screaming for their mama, it was hard for me to just ignore it. But like I said, and before you asked, no, I did not know Arabic, but I could tell he was crying for his mama because of the pitch.
But it's not hard to figure out the word for mama from Arabic, no.
And but yeah, it's something else. I see. What did Siggy say here? Hold on. Let me put it up here. Make it easier for me to read it. I had Grok War Game. What would happen to the Democrats, etc., if all Trump supporters, sympathizers became Nazi Party members within 60 days? Most left-leaning people would be gone. Yeah, that's what these people don't get.
Damn, dude, that's involved. That's what how pissed off were you, Siggy? Fucking hell, that's involved.
That sounds like some Harvey Cthulhu mind control there.
Agreed.
Yes, File
Holy
13.
Shit.
Charlie's wife and kids were there, and like I had said earlier, the reports I had was that when the gunshot went off, his daughter got scared and she went running to him, and the security had to stop her from going to him and seeing him bleeding out. I hope and pray that she didn't see it, but I have a bad feeling she did, because little kids can see stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Siggy's right. The left has no knowledge of what a real Nazi or what a real fascist is and what it means.
Oh.
And I was very pissed off at hearing the accusations being leveled all the time. Yes, it drives me nuts because I'm a historian. I know what a Nazi was. I know what a fascist was. I also know that both ideologies came out of the socialist parties of their native countries. Most people don't know this about Funny Mustache Man. His first time he ever got elected was as a communist leader of the Bavarian Soviet state. Let that sink in. He marched in a morning parade for a communist leader who had died. Joseph Goebbels celebrated Funny Mustache Man as being a Marxist, a greater Marxist than even Lenin was.
Because Lenin was more, because he was more successful than Lenin, let's be honest.
True. And trying to get the left to understand these things is next to impossible. Fascism was an answer to the violence of communism, especially in Italy. That Mussolini was terrified of the radical violence of the communists. That was why you had the separation between, I think the Italian guy's name was Gimchi, something like that, who developed a way of bringing about a socialist or communist revolution that they've enacted that's gotten us to the point we are here today. Was the things that he wrote while he was in prison for opposing Mussolini. I'm sorry, I'm getting into a history lesson here when we're supposed to be talking about what the fallout from Charlie's assassination.
It is a valid history lesson, though. It is completely relevant to what we're talking about here. Let's face it.
Yes,
these are the steps. The road to hell.
Okay,
it's paved with screwed intentions.
Yeah. Okay.
Good intentions.
Now, Mustache Man convinced Goebbels to come to the Nazi Party because he was originally the spokesperson for the communists. Yeah. Goebbels ended up becoming, well, actually, his wife was an even bigger devotee of Funny Mustache Man than Goebbels himself was. In fact, she's the one that poisoned their daughters. And Funny Mustache Man allowed her to test the cyanide on his beloved Blondie before they gave it to them. So yeah. File 13 says, honest question, when it comes to talking about politics, do you feel drained? One of the reasons why I don't really enjoy talking about it. I only feel drained whenever it comes to dealing with people who, no matter what facts you give them, it doesn't matter to them. They allow them.
My point of view trumps yours.
Yeah, and if you can prove me wrong, man, I change my outlook. That's just the way I've always been. If you give me facts that changes my outlook, it will change.
Yeah, it's why I absolutely despise every time someone says I feel about something. It's no, you have an opinion and you think this. You don't have your feelings played fucking nothing into it.
Well, here's one of the biggest changes that ever changed in my life was I used to believe in welfare. I was a big supporter of it. I was also, because I still believe in a safety net. I just don't believe it should be a hammock that it's become. And the main reason was one of the guys I was in the Navy with. Okay. I went home with him to New York. and it was the winter time, and we were wearing our Johnny Cashes. For those who don't know, Johnny Cash was the undressed blues. It was a working dress, undressed blues uniform, which was a black shirt, black pants, black shiny shoes, and a black tie. My buddy says, whatever you do, do not take off your Dixie cup, because we were going into the projects. And it was windy as fuck. And a Dixie cup, does the Aussies wear the Dixie cup, or do they have the nice flat tops?
You mean the dog bowl?
Yeah.
Yes, the dog bowl. Yes, we wore those.
So tell people what happens when a little gust of wind hits.
If it's not on your head properly, it's going to go flitting off like a damn frisbee.
Yes, we were having to walk around holding that thing on our heads. When we were in Chicago, we carried 2 extra Dixie cups stashed in our pockets just because of the fact the wind would catch a Dixie cup and take it away so fast it wasn't even funny, even when it was on right.
Hate to cut you off, but I do got to get going.
All right, brother. Tell everybody what you got coming up.
Well, I've got a few videos that I need to work on, but my next video that's going to be coming out is actually a rant about Nintendo's latest patents and how it might affect the future of the video game industry.
Yeah, they're trying to patent certain mechanics.
Fucking everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but just keep your eyes on my channel on Tuesday. So.
All right. And if you want to talk about it on Wednesday, man, we'll talk about it on Wednesday too.
Yeah, we already talked about it last Wednesday. So.
Oh, okay. Because that's one of those things I can't understand how they can get away with that. That's abusing the patent laws, ain't it?
Yeah, it is, and many U.S. lawmakers have even said that. The problem is, it's going to come to a head when all these other game companies start realizing, hey, these patents overreach to the point that they affect all of our games.
Yeah.
Like their latest patent, for those who weren't there last week, makes it so that Nintendo supposedly owns the game mechanic of summoning a sub-character, whether human, animal, whatever, it all it says is sub-character, and having them fight for you.
Yeah, Final Fantasy wants to have a fucking word.
Yep. Yeah. There are a number of games from even before then, even before Pokemon came out, that Nintendo had nothing to do with. But yeah, that's something we can discuss at another point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do gotta get going. I gotta get to my Bible study.
Bible study, yeah. Give our love to your Bible study.
I most certainly will.
All right, you be good, brother.
Hey, you guys have a blessed night.
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 All right, Siggy says Antifa uses the symbols of the Red Front, the muscle used by the communists in the Weimar Republic. Yep.
Yes. Siggy's been paying attention. I do remember noting that one. Good catch, Siggy. Most people don't pay attention to that shit.
And the thing with Antifa, Antifa was anti-fascist at the beginning, but they have gotten to where, like the hammer sees nothing but nails, Antifa sees nothing but fascists.
Yeah,
even though
calling Antifa anti-fascist now is like calling China democratic. Just because it says democratic in the name doesn't make it democratic.
Yeah. All right. Siggy says, I knew it immediately as I studied that part of time. So did I. I studied the rise of Hitler. Funny Mustache Man as much as possible when I was in 5th grade, when I first learned about the Holocaust. I was like, how the heck did all these people agree to do this? How did he come to power? How was he able to convince an entire country to do something so vile and so evil? And
I'm still reminded of that that little test they did at school involving that one. We had a very clever teacher who taught history who did something very very interesting. He basically said to all the kids and whatever, right, okay, you've all got parents, you've all got parents that work hard, do their, whatever. What would you think would be the best life you could possibly live having, both for you and for your parents? And kids will put up there, have a new car, win the lottery, have a second house, have a boat, all this other shit, or go on regular holidays, blah blah blah. No shit. Everything that was put up there, he went, okay, we're going to be talking about a man that promised his people everything you've just listed, and it's how he got elected. And then he holds up a picture of Hitler. It's like this is exactly what this guy promised all his people when he was getting elected. The minds were blown everywhere. It was glorious to see. Just when we're being in the room with the kids at that time, it was glorious. Just to watch their jaws just drop.
And a lot of people don't realize that FDR, he literally plagiarized Funny Mustache Man's platform when he ran for office.
Well, forget just a platform. They had Nazi Party rallies at Madison Square fucking Garden. That's another part that people like to fucking conveniently forget. 1936, Madison Square Garden. Feel free to go look it up yourselves, folks.
And look at Margaret Sanger. She was actually celebrated by Funny Mustache Man. And even though Funny Mustache Man, who was impressed with Planned Parenthood and all the stuff that she was doing at setting Planned Parenthood up, there were some things that she advocated that even Funny Mustache Man was like, holy shit, this woman's sick.
Hell, I'll even be more specific for everybody in the back. October 31st, 1936. Madison Square Garden.
Here's one. The NSDAP was not big fans of the American Nazi Party. Yeah, they preferred the Bund. But even the Bund, when the war started, they cared more about America than they did anything else. Because they what a lot of people don't get about National Socialism, it was about putting your own nation ahead of everything else. You still were all about the socialist revolution. You just wanted it for your local location and not globally. That was the reason why there was the fascist party came up. The fascism came about was because regular socialism was international. We care more about what's going on over yonder than what's going on here.
Yeah, we care more about furthering the cause around the world than we actually do here.
Yes, and we're seeing that.
He invade Greece now for Italy. I've got to find that video. If you haven't seen that video, you've got to see it.
But I mean, history is it doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. And the fact that they haven't taught this stuff to these kids today, and Charlie Kirk, whenever he would be debating these people, they'd call him a Nazi, they'd call him a fascist. He says, "What have I said that makes me a Nazi? What have I said that makes me a fascist? And what have I said that makes me a racist?" He would ask them these things, and then whenever they'd start saying stuff that he was supposedly have said, "I never said that." You can look that up. I never said that. Yes, that's been accredited to me saying it, but I never said it. And it was one of those things that it's like when Comicsgate was getting going. I had a digital stalker. A lot of us had this guy that was stalking our Twitter and our Facebook posts. And if I remember right, it was called "This is the Face of Comicsgate" was the name of the website that this crazy dude set up. And he was posting all the things that we were posting and putting it up there for everybody to see and taking it out of context. He wouldn't post what we were responding to. He would just post what we were saying. And y'all guys know I can be quite sarcastic.
That's an understatement and a half.
Yeah. I've had Grok say, dude, you are extremely sarcastic. But it also was like, it said I was extremely kind and compassionate, but I have a sarcastic wit that can cause people to think I'm not. And pretty damn accurate, I have to say. I just lose it, and because there were these people that were doing some really messed up stuff, attacking Comicsgate as we were getting going, and they would say we said stuff that we never said, and I would actually be able to point back to this site that they had archived everything we were saying and trying to present us as these monsters. I'm like, I never said that. You can go look at everything that you posted on here. I never said what you're saying, telling people I said. And you saved it yourself, which is proving I never said it. So I don't have to go back and dig through all of my Twitter posts and all of my Facebook posts to find it. And this dude who set this stuff up decided, oh, I'm going to stop doing this because after I pointed it out to everybody else was actually going back to his own, all this work that this jackass had done in archiving everything we had said, proving we never said the stuff that him and all of his little buddies that were attacking us said that we said. Because we could pull back and say, I never said that. This is what I said, using his own hard work of archiving all this stuff. And it was something else,
Can say that again. But yeah, I shared the link in private chat. Feel free to bring it up.
All right.
I was going to share screen, but then I figured the music and shit would sound like crap. So,
all right, hold on. Let me see if I can get it to share. Hold on. Got to go back to you. Siggy says, I get Grok to say, whoa there, because I go off the deep end wanting the Imperium of Man justice for things to Xeno that commit crimes and their supporters. Grok is therapeutic. Yeah, Grok can be therapeutic, that's for sure. Oh, wrong button. Let me see, there's share screen. Play. Is it working?
Yeah, there's quite a bit at the start before it starts.
Oh, okay.
Breathe now for the Italy. Oh no mercy, slaughter them like people. No reviving advocate, the really brutal kids. Hitler only fell, but now my pants are broken. For the Italy. Oh no mercy, slaughter them like people. No way reviving advocate, the really brutal kids. Hitler only fell, but now my pants are broken. Jesus for the Italy, we have done so many and no, we have not met and but we have and Hitler. Oh, please tell me we lost all Libya. Normal, me imperial for the Italy. Is what Rome and glory go, and they now get the fighting advocate Hitler. I kiss my pants. Okay, we love India, Hitler, hell, I'm losing.
It just get repeats and gets faster from now on. So. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one that just played the whole thing through once, but yeah.
Yeah, Italy definitely was. I mean, they lost a fight with Ethiopia. That's. I'm like,
to be fair, Ethiopia was a German colony prior to that, so they had been taught by the Germans.
No, Ethiopia was one of the few. If I remember right, it was the only country not to be conquered by anybody.
No, Ethiopia was a colony at one point. No, it was part of German one of the German colonies.
No, I don't think so. Hold on.
I guarantee you it is. The Cameroon and whatever places like that. Ethiopia was one of the colonies.
Ethiopia colony. Ethiopia was not formally colonized by European powers, but faced Italian invasion and occupation from 36 to 41. Yeah, it was the one country that didn't get taken over.
I stand corrected.
You're thinking about a couple of other places.
Oh, yeah, the Cameroon and German New Guinea. I'm fully aware of that, but
yeah.
But as far as I knew, Ethiopia was part of that as well. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah,
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
See, that's the difference between us and the left. They don't like admitting when they get something wrong. But like I said, it's the Italians. The whole reason, because originally Funny Mustache Man was going to allow the Italians to do whatever they want. He basically said, let the Italians and the French do whatever they want in Africa. We don't need to have anything to do with Africa. And
they were the Untermensch. They didn't care.
Because he was focusing more on going east, because he wanted all that free real estate that was in the Soviet Union.
Yep. He wanted the oil fields. He wanted all that good shit.
Yeah, and but yeah, this is stuff that they don't teach kids today, and it drives me nuts that there's so much that they just
because it helps the left. The left wants to keep people uneducated, our children uneducated, so they can't learn from things like this and questions and have opinions.
Yeah, a well educated and critical populace cannot be controlled. An ignorant and easily gullible one is.
Yes, and that's something I keep bringing up, is the fact that that's the only way an independent, free, representative republic can exist, is with a highly educated and highly informed electorate. Sorry.
Big word, no work for it, dude.
There are times when the TBI just makes it harder for me to talk. And it sucks because
I get it.
I used to be able to debate PhDs and people with doctorates in sciences all the time, and they would be freaking out asking me where I got my doctorates from, because I would have theses that they were like, when did you get when did you defend your theses? And I'm like, nope, I don't have a doctorate. I don't have any formal. I didn't get past to the point of getting even a bachelor's or an associate's degree, because I had to drop out of college, and they freak out whenever they find that out.
That's another one that's become a nasty fucking habit as well. If you are eloquent and can well debate your point and are well informed, you have to be well educated. No. I know people that never set foot in barely finished school, let alone set foot in a fucking college, and they can argue better than most college people can.
Yeah, because I actually, like I said, I've had college professors with all these doctorates and shit asking me how I know so much, and I would look at them and say, because I like to read. That simple.
Mm.
And the majority of the founding fathers did not have formal educations, but they were more intelligent.
I'm reminded of that scene between Logan the King in the King's speech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but my name plaque says L. Logue speech defects. There are no letters after my name. That you can't show you a certificate. There was no training back then, but lots of experience. And that Great War was some experience.
Yep. And the King, I love the movie The King's Speech because you got to see that Bertie, he didn't want the job. But
he was the only one. He was the only one who could do it.
Yep. And I was like, because the dude, he had a stutter, and he wasn't one for public speaking, but he had the heart of a lion, and he became
how a king should be. Let's be honest.
Yes. He also was more about putting the common Brit ahead of himself. He didn't like the job. He didn't want the job. But he wasn't
meant to have the job, period.
Mm-hmm. But it's one of the reasons why Elizabeth II refused to resign and retire and abdicate so Charles could take over, because Charles was always begging her to step down so he could take over, especially with her help.
And most of us wouldn't trust him with a fucking paper towel.
Yeah.
And he's certainly proven that right now.
Yeah. Allowing Sturmer to get away with so damn much bullshit. I mean, going after farmers. No, I'm surprised that Charles is allowing them to go after the farmers when the dude's a farmer, and he's an organic farmer, or that. And organic farming is a hell of a lot harder than just regular farming. And he's allowing the British government to go after farmers and farms, and that drives me nuts.
Because he's all for the fucking. The New World Order. He's all for all that bullshit. He loves that idea. He fucking loves that. And this is coming from Australia, and we're not exactly fucking supporters of the Brits. We don't fucking hate them either.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is well and truly sold on the fucking New World Order bullshit. He's sold on all of that, which is why people despise him right now. It is clouded his judgment. No matter how you slice it, it has clouded his judgment. He's too ready to jump on the bandwagon in the name of progress, and that is his biggest fault.
Now, I'm a big believer in a democratic traditional, a representative republic with a democratic tradition of voting. I'm a big believer in that. But the older I get, the more I can understand the allure of the monarchy. Having a national leader who is above petty politics just keeps getting to a point to where, damn, that looks good. And
you fought to throw it out 200 years ago. Fucking live with it.
Yeah, I know. Stiggy says Australia is a New World Order satellite state, in my honest opinion, along with the UK and most
he's
of
not
Europe.
Wrong. He's not wrong.
Yep. See,
fucking cuntony Albert Sleazy is very much on that bandwagon as well.
Yep. And as you notice, I'm not breaking out the spray bottle, and Shrubby's not saying spray bottling. So
no.
See, we love you, Siggy.
You can say things that aren't heretical, Siggy. Hooray!
Yes.
We are making progress with the sound of progress, my friend.
Yes, we need. Though I do have to admit, we need to see if Tony and Doomcock can get us the spray bottle emojis.
I'd be in a world of trouble.
Yes.
Yes, you with your very, very suspect statements in some of the chat. Yes. I mean, even DC's had to tell her to calm the fuck down more than once.
Yes, Siggy, you were very right. That scared me with what happened during the the Coof times because of.
It sounds like the end times, the Coof times.
Because it's like if you won't accept the vaccine, you need to go to the gulag. And I'm like, holy shit, that's fucked up shit.
Straight to gulag.
And
you don't want vaccine, you're straight to gulag.
And that's what scares me, man, is whenever that right there alone kind of put paid on a lot of lefties for me, because they're talking about if you won't accept this, you need to go into a camp. And I'm like, aren't you the people who keep saying my body, my choice?
And
only
when it fucking suits them, and usually only when it's fucking screeching land whales.
And it's one of those. It's the hypocrisy of it. It's that double standard that drives me nuts. And it's like with Charlie Kirk and the lunatics that were sitting there celebrating his death are the same people that were defending cancel culture, saying it was consequence culture. And then after they make these horrendous ghoulish videos celebrating this stuff, and then finding out, oh shit, I just got fired for what I posted, and then acting like they're being oppressed. They completely ignore the fact
they were doing the exact same fucking thing not even 2 years ago.
Exactly. And I'm looking at that going, haha, this isn't cancel culture. This is consequence culture, as you called it.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there looking at these people and thinking, so it's all well and wonderful whenever you're the one wielding this power, but the moment that stuff comes back and slaps you in the dick, you get upset. That's the issue here, guys. Power is power.
Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Thank you, Saruman.
And we have to trust the other side in a democracy when they come to power, not to abuse it. And sadly, we have seen it get abused. We saw it get abused when Obama was president. And he used the IRS to go after the fledgling Tea Party. We saw it get abused during the Biden years. I made a flippant comment, being sarcastic, that I was at January 6th. I'm a cripple who can't not get out of his house. At the time, I had 3 hernias. I had an umbilical hernia and 2 other hernias from down below, all at the same time. I'd had these hernias for over 3 years because of the coup and them not wanting to do the surgeries. And I actually had the physician's assistant try to convince me that I could live with those 3 hernias.
Oh, no.
No.
And I made the statement of, and you're wondering why the bare minimum number is 22 vets a day ending their lives. It's because of stupid shit like what you just said. I want to see your supervisor. And oh God, he backpedaled so fast. We could have broke the time barrier. He backpedaled so fast. And we
have a major paradox.
Yes. It's because he was like, oh shit.
Am I the only one that used to think that he said, we'll have a major paradise, not paradox?
Yeah.
Every time I every time I watched the movie, I always thought you said paradise, not paradox. I don't know how he just says it. Sounded like you saying something else.
Yeah. But like I said, it was crazy. Okay. And for 3 years, I couldn't do anything. I was in that much because of these hernias. and then have somebody telling me, "Oh, you can live with it." I'm like, "Are you fucking shooting me?" I have to hobble to go to the bathroom. I can't even clean my house, and the fact that they took away my pain medicine.
Well, that sucks.
And I'm like, "This is fucking full of shit." Hell, when they did the surgeries, they did a localized nerve block and gave me one pain pill and sent me home after the surgery.
That's just straight up retarded.
Now, Crazy and Alice knows where Salisbury is, and they know where Waxhaw is.
Yep.
Okay? Imagine that ride.
Oh.
After having
Oh.
those surgeries.
And God bless it, I hope it was a good block.
By the time we got home, I started feeling the pain.
That was not a good block.
I feel the pain.
Yeah.
God damn, I feel the pain.
Yeah. And it wasn't good. And now I got that feeling of, oh great, they're back. Might not be the umbilical one, but the two dudes that hang out downstairs, I'm getting the feeling that I've got them that those hernias have returned.
All right, well, please be careful, because very bad things can happen if those are not fixed.
Yeah.
I've fixed the bad a lot.
And it's not cool. It's not fun. And like I said,
frankly, it sucks.
Yeah, in the bad way. And before anybody asks, there's a good way for things to suck. Think about it. Now get out of this damn gutters, man. It's getting too crowded down here. This is my gutter. Get out.
Well, I'm in my hole, so I'm good over here.
Phrasing.
But like I said,
no one else was going to say it.
Yeah. But like I was saying, Charlie was going to these campuses, having these debates. Debate me. That was the whole point, was the interaction. And he was being a positive influence on the world. Even if you disagreed with it. Getting somebody of different opinions to talk civilly was a major big deal, and there's crazy people out there that said he deserved what he got because he was a monster because of just that. Let's talk about it. There's a dude hold on, let me go see if I can pull this up. Yes, Cheryl Cal at leftistlawyer.com. This dude is insane. Kirk's own murder is a sign of just how uncivil his politics really were. In his mind, other human beings are cockroaches and degenerates to be dealt with. His killer simply listened to him. Calling those principles civility and discourse is how we ended up with genocides. When I saw that, I was like, you dumbasses don't know what the hell you're talking about. And it's, oh my God. Just listen to what he was saying. And it disproves all the lies that were being said about him. He wasn't a white supremacist. I mean, this dumbass in their Blue Sky handle has their name, Cheryl Lee Cal, not lionizing a dead white supremacist. And I'm like, what the hell?
This is what happens when we let stupid breed out of control, honestly. This is what happens when we let stupid breed out of control.
Well, odds are this person ain't going to be breeding because they cut their winky off.
Well, we can but be hopeful.
Yeah,
population control is what.
Well, that's the sad thing.
Wait, you notice it's not guys complaining about the sperm banks being fucking dried up and having no way to have kids.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the women that keep saying all men have suffering from toxic masculinity. When it's actually the fact it's an absence of masculinity that's the problem. The majority, something like 80 to 90% of teachers are female, especially in primary schools and secondary schools.
And that's sad because some of the most influential teachers I've had in my life were male.
Mm-hmm.
Seconded.
And
you've never been brought down to earth by a male teacher than you have with a male teacher. That a female teacher will try and be nice. A male teacher does not give a fuck. If he's telling you straight up truth, he will make sure you realize it.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of those things that they have every few years. They rerun this study that because the studies prove that single fathers make the best single parents, not single mothers. The best outcomes come from single fathers on average.
Yeah, what was it they said? In comparison to single mothers and whatever, successes from single father families are on the equivalent with both parents involved in it.
Actually, better.
Or better.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on for a second. What's that? Yeah, right there.
Mute, Richard.
Okay. Sorry, my little sister showed up asking for some rum. It's right
Your sisters are drunk.
No, she wants the rum so she can put it in a gravy that she's cooking.
That's her story, and we're stuck with it.
Of course, I won't be drinking some while I wash some dishes.
Yeah.
Case in point. Case in point.
Not open it because it's not been opened yet. My beloved Hilton Head Panella rum. In her own words, she's not that big on rum. She likes vodka more. I have started.
Oh, white girl wasted drink. Oh, I get it.
I have started with whiskey, Irish whiskey, Jameson and Tullamore.
Yep.
I'll call her back with my female call. I'm so wasted.
Because I have to admit, I have been enjoying the taste of whiskey. I've just not been allowed to drink it lately because I've been having to get prepared for a flipping colonoscopy for the third time. And it keeps getting pushed back.
You are now hearing the lovely ASMR sounds of the angry cripple known as Richard.
Yes. Oh, this Panella.
Please send $14.99 to receive our CD of the Angry Cripple Sounds by Richard Spake.
Well, right now you're hearing me smelling my rum, and it smells so good. And
why am I seeing that meme with fucking Emma Stone where the food passes underneath the man, and she looks like she's having a fucking orgasm?
The rum is so good. Y'all, if you guys like rum, the Hilton Head Rums is made locally here not that far from here.
Please. Nelson's blood or lambs. Don't come at me with that useless American shite.
We'll have to check the store.
No, if you can put it back over there.
I think they carry it.
That way the cats can't spill it.
And this is why cats suck. And this is why cats suck.
All right, you be good.
I've had more shit broken by cats than I ever have by dogs.
Hey, Gunner is a husky, and he's got the same colorations that
Siberian husky
that Kraken has. They're both white, and with the same type of colorations on their heads and their ears and back and tail. And we joked that Kraken was pulled out of Gunner's butt because they act so much alike. Now, Gunner is also the type that whenever I like to cook and I like to experiment and make new recipes and new things to eat. So, and whenever I make new things to eat, I'll go over to Laura Jane's house, which is right across. All I gotta do is cross the yard.
So you're the one who keeps setting fire to all the warehouses in America, are you?
Nope. No, I'm not the one doing that.
Yeah, that's your story. We're stuck with it, Richard.
But I'll cook a meal and I'll take over to Laura Jane to have her taste it and tell me what she thinks. And the funny thing is, every time I take food over there, Gunner sees the food and he's like, "Oh, that looks good. Can I have some?" And he watches me while I'm cutting it and giving it to Laura Jane to eat. And he's like, "Can I have some?" And I look at him and say, "Hold on, and I'll ask your mom if it's okay for me to give you some food." And odds are, Laura Jane's like, "Not right now. He can get it. I'll give him a bite later." And I'm like, "See, she said not right now, but later." And then he starts talking back, going, I want it now. Literally.
Yeah, yes. Typical husky.
And it's so funny. And Kraken, like I said, him and Gunner are so much alike, it's not even funny. And
there's one way to solve that: just a newspaper or whack on the nose. That gets the point across.
And the funny thing is, Kraken actually likes and eats broccoli.
Ugh.
He's a cat who eats broccoli because he stole a sprig of broccoli off of my plate. And he ate it. He ate the whole piece of broccoli. And I was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. He's going to be making a mess in the back in the kitty litter later. And he did. But he still
can't be any worse than the meet the Fockers cat.
Yes.
Jinx.
But like I said, I'm sorry my little sister came in and asked for rum, but I'm not really sorry because I got to take a sip.
# sorry, not sorry.
Yes, that rum is so good. Hilton Head Panella rum, guys. It is the drink of
please. Bitch, please. You try Nelson Blood or fucking Lamb's Rum, and you still tell me that shit's good.
Hey, if you send me some, I'll drink it. Because that's the issue, is finding a lot of this stuff has been a pain in the butt. There's a couple of places I can get my rum from and my booze. I actually was able to buy a bottle of Bacardi the other day that was. The bottle was huge, and I was like, "Oh my god, how much is this?"
Huge.
$19. And I'm like,
huge,
for that much?
Like China, huge, like China.
Yes, it was a big bottle, man. It's a huge bottle, and I still have it. It's somewhere around here. And
I could be really made with this
$20.
right now.
It was only $20. It was awesome, and I was like, "Damn, this is awesome!" And I was able to have booze for.
Where have you been all my life?
But I only drink every now and again. I that's just the way I am. I like the taste, and I enjoy it every now and again.
That's just the way it is.
Hey, Siggy, I'm not corrupting my sisters. If anything, they're the ones that kind of corrupted me, because Laura Jane, she uses wacky weed to help with her medications, and she keeps, whenever I talk about my pain, she's like, "It's a shame you're allergic to wacky weed. Because if you weren't allergic to wacky weed,
the wacky tobacco. Oh, that's the one way to make a joke. Yes.
Yes, because she's able to use that, and it's helped her a lot. But I'm allergic to it. I can't even really be in the room when somebody smokes it. That's how allergic I am to it.
That's why we make fudge.
And because I've had so many people say, "Hey, this might help you with your pain," and I'm like, I'm too scared to do the CBD stuff because I'm allergic to marijuana, and I'm afraid that I'll actually be allergic to that and have a really bad allergic reaction to it. Because whenever I had allergic reactions to wacky weed in the past, it caused all the soft tissue in my throat and eyes and ears
my
and
feet
sinus
are on
cavity
the wrong feet
to swell shut, and it's not cool.
I'm sorry. Every time that they talk about whatever CBD or whatever in the gummies, all I can think of is that scene with John Goodman. I can't. My feet are on the other feet.
But yeah,
and I mean, John Goodman's not a tiny guy. I mean, he stood in the doorway. He can't physically move because his feet are on the wrong feet. I'm dying. I'm so dying. Everything he did, I was always fucking dying a lot. That just killed me, straight up.
Well, but I loved John Goodman. He was one of my favorite actors and comedians, right up until he pretty much stabbed Roseanne Barr in the back.
Yes,
that really upset me.
For the earlier stuff though. She wasn't exactly making it easy for anybody else to agree with her either. Yeah. To be fair, she was spouting an awful lot of garbage at certain points of her career.
Yeah.
Is she wrong now? No, most certainly not. But yeah, I mean, he certainly has come around, at least in that regard as well. He isn't bad mouthing her, which I think is fair.
Yeah, well, the other ones whose entire careers happened because of Roseanne are bad mouthing her, and that really pisses me off.
Agreed. And some of them you're like, seriously, half the reason you're even in fucking Hollywood is because of what she did.
All right.
I mean, was it the guy who plays what's his name? The guy with glasses from Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
The one who's dating the blonde chick. Only reason he has a career is because of her.
Mm-hmm.
Because he that was where he got his start. He was the boyfriend for one of the daughters.
Arlene's boyfriend.
That's it. Thank you.
And also the girl that played Darlene, the only reason why she has a career was because of Roseanne.
Mm.
And she was the worst of all of them. That went after
she royally threw her under the bus. That wasn't fun. Yeah.
And I mean, and what she said that they threw her under the bus for was like, wait, the woman she was talking about, she didn't know she wasn't white. All she said was she looked like the Helen Bowman Carter character from Planet of the Apes. And in all honesty, she did look like that.
Mm.
And it was really messed up, and that really upset me. But anyway,
okay, I can fully understand that. That's a fair enough indication to have.
Okay, Siggy says it definitely disproves everything the education system indoctrinated these young people. Exactly, that was the whole thing about Charlie going to these college campuses and debating these kids. Steven Crowder talked about how he used to do Change My Minds, and the schools would say, okay, you can set up, and they would let them get set up in a place that they could keep secure and be safe. And then the college professors would come and then pitch a shit fit and make them be moved from the safe location to being just on the sidewalk, where they would be left out in the open and somewhere where they could get hurt. And because he was talking about that right after the assassination happened. And in many ways, what Charlie did with what he did the debates was taking from what Steven Crowder started with Change My Minds. Because that was the whole point, that Steven would set up a table and debate people, give them the microphone and let them debate it. To change his mind, to give whatever, and he was going not just the students. He told professors, if you want to debate me, right here, sit down, let's do it. Let's have an open, honest conversation. And Charlie Cook took that idea with Turning Point USA and was doing what he was doing. And
nobody can complain about it, because he was okay. Well, you can't complain he's on campus. Well, he's not on the campus grounds. You can't complain. You can't complain that he's disrupting the campus. Why? But he's in a location close to the campus. How is that disrupting the campus in any way? Every possible fucking buzz, whatever they could come up with, is it automatically got disproved because it's like, well, he's not disrupting campus because he's not on campus. He's not disrupting anybody because he's in a public place, and he's in a location or he's in a public place that. If you are going to be disrupted or you can claim to be disrupted, you had to have gone out of your way to go near him first. He's got a tent set up in a field, a couple of blocks down from a campus. Unless you went down to that field, you really can't complain that he was disrupting you, can you?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Siggy says the education system, public, needs to be cleansed and replaced with moderate conservative teachers and learn reading, writing, math, and science. Actually, I want them to get the politics out of education. Just the facts, period.
Yeah. If you cannot physically separate yourself from either politics, either conservative or fucking liberal, if you cannot separate your politics from any of thing you say or do, you should not have a fucking job in education, period.
Yep. And he also says not gender studies and that ginger is fluid crap. Exactly. That's okay. I'm going to put it this way. If there's 100,000 genders, why is it that gender affirming care offers only 2 choices? Yeah. And if gender is fluid, and if gender is fluid, why do you have to have gender affirming care to begin with?
Richard, what are you doing? What are you doing, Richard?
What are you doing? Facts. I'm stating facts.
What are you doing?
I'm using logic.
Exactly. There's your first problem.
But I love, like I said, this is some of the most craziest stuff I've dealt with out there in the world, and it's just insane.
Agreed. It's fucking lunacy.
You're doing Voltan again.
You start singing, I'll throw something at
you. I'm seriously considering casting Shrubby in a Flash Gordon RPG campaign as a Hawkman. I really am.
Fuck that! I'll take Voltan and nothing else.
Gordon's
alive.
I'm also wanting to have him do the big game hunter in a pulp action type Hollow Earth Expeditions game. Yeah, that would be fun too. But
they call me Sir Mergerton C. Wonderwater. I'll even talk like a murderer.
But no, I've been the whole thing with Charlie Kirk and the fact, there were things I disagreed with him on. But I was always impressed by the fact that he would go to college campuses and debate these people in their own backyard, and he did it with a smile.
He's a better man than me, Gungadin, because most certainly that more often than not, I would have ended up fucking beating the crap out of him.
And like I said, he did it with a smile on his face. He did it without. He did it in such a good way. He was the positive change, and it was working. People started actually listening and started critically thinking because of him. And it really does. It makes me sit there and look at this stuff and go, this is why they had to do what they did, because he was having a positive change. And my biggest rant is the fact that the left keeps claiming not to be violent, that it's the right that are the violent ones. If we were the violent ones, people, you would know, because we're the ones who own the most guns.
Mm-hmm.
If we were that violent, y'all would definitely know it. You know? Okay, Siggy says, geez, if gender was fluid, I would transform myself into a cute Japanese girl and go ooh-woo a lot. Strangely, I can't transform, so it isn't really fluid.
Your logic is sound. Your logic is sound, heretic. Carry on.
Yes. And I'm looking at this stuff, you know, and it does. It really makes me upset when they accuse us of doing the very things that they're actually doing. And they're the real racist ones. They're the real bigots because they sit there and actually said with a straight face in opposition to voter ID laws, which every other country on the planet has, that it was racist because black people don't know where to go get a free ID from. When you have to have that ID to go buy a pack of cigarettes, to buy booze, to go rent a hotel room, to go rent a car, to get a bus ticket, to get a plane ticket, there's so many things that you have to have a valid photo ID for. It's not even funny.
Richard, what are you doing?
Logic.
Exactly.
And I look at these dumbasses, man. Yeah, if we were as violent as they say we are, people would know. It would be obvious, you know. And the proof that we're not violent was the whole Summer of Love, because we're not the ones that did that shit.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the argument breaks down very much over here as well. We had guns as almost as long, or the right to bear arms, if you want to use that in that vernacular. We'd had it as long as you guys did. You know, people tend to not really realize that our country's not that far off in terms of age for existing than yours. Right. But as its own country, as a unified country, we've only been around since the turn of the century. Like literally 1901 is when Australia officially existed. The rest of before that, we were just fucking colonies. Eventually, what you guys were for the original 13.
Wasn't it a British penal colony?
Well, for the longest part of it, it was a British penal colony, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, the same attitude we had about guns, everything like that. We had guns as readily available as you guys did, and do, in many respects. So we never had any issues with mass shooters or people, gun violence for what Weird. We see in the modern era now. Yeah, you'd still have somebody who fucking grabs a gun and shoots somebody accidentally. You'd still have somebody who'd fucking lose his rag and shoot the missus and the boyfriend that they were shagging each other stupid in his bedroom. You'd still have moments like that. It wasn't completely immune from it. But for the most part, it didn't exist until the Port Arthur, which is the big, whatever moment, that there was a mass shooter and they said no more guns, blah, blah, blah. What they failed to tell people is 2 years before Port Arthur happened, they shut down the country's biggest mental hospital. Two years before it happened. And then all of a sudden we have a mass shooting. Oh no more guns.
I can't remember any school shootings here before Columbine. And now it's
well, there was
you go look up and whatever about Columbine and go see in the news prior to it happening what happened to any local mental institutions or anything. I will guarantee you there was one that was shut down before that happened. I will put money on it.
Well, the worst school mass casualty wasn't a shooting. Some dude blew it the fuck up. Damn, I wish I could remember the name of it. The guy ended up, he spent a long time sneaking the explosives into the school. It was going to blow up both sides of the school. It ended up instead only blowing up.
Wasn't that the Oklahoma State shooting
it,
or whatever attack?
No,
wasn't it the Oklahoma State school?
This was the early 1900s when it happened.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, there was an attempted school shooting, and it was thwarted by the fact that the kids had their own guns and they basically shot the dude that was going to try the school shooting. Because back in the day, schools actually had, this is a conversation I had with Zachary. He didn't believe me until somebody had to bring it up.
Well, I was there for that. I brought that up, if you remember. I provided the evidence for that cadet schools existed, or cadet shooting clubs existed. Yes, I recall this conversation. Yes, go.
Because every school in the United States had a shooting club. Even in New York City, you would see kids going to school carrying their 22 long rifles with them.
For context, Alice and Crazy, he also didn't believe that the British did it as well. He refused to believe it, and they did. Yeah,
yeah. He had Shrubby had to send him links to it.
It did happen. It did exist. But this is the other thing, you're talking about ignorance.
And there were no school shootings back then.
Yeah.
No. You might at worst you might have some kid get rushed to hospital because a gun went off accidentally. That was probably the closest you get to anything like that.
Yeah, and used to be you didn't have to go through all the background checks and everything like that. You could actually order a gun from Sears and Roebuck. But after the school shooting at a college university where the dude went up to the bell tower and started shooting people, that's when this whole thing started.
That was the Texas University, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Zach had a hard time believing me when I was talking about the fact that when I was in school, I graduated in '89. Even up here, even down off the mountain, you had high school kids with gun racks in the backs of their trucks. And a lot of times they would show up at school with said gun rack with with either a hunting rifle or a shotgun or both on the gun rack. And a lot of times teachers would go out to the student's car to take a look at their guns. My freshman year, 9th grade, first year there at high school, half of the year was gun safety classes, and the other half of the year during that same period was driver's ed. And that was how they did it, because we were taught gun safety. And we might not have been getting taught how to shoot, but we were taught how to treat a gun.
It's always loaded.
And it was
a big pointy bit with hole in end, go bang.
Don't point at yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And Siggy says, here we go. Makes you wonder if they did that deliberately to achieve the results desired in disarming Australia. Problem is, Shrubby can tell you that, they took all those people's guns away, destroyed even historic weapons that should have been placed in a museum. Instead of putting them in a museum, they destroyed them, even though they were historically significant firearms.
Well, yeah, especially the guys who came home from the war, very much so. If they hadn't already handed them into the gun manufacturers to be to basically be rendered safe and handed off to a museum or a gun collection or anything like that, that's exactly what happened to them. That's why you won't find a lot of weapons that were saved by Australians in the war still hanging around. Most of them are all basically filled with concrete and laying on shelves in RSLs now.
And then you've got, he says, they carried deer rifles in high school in the 70s, kept them in their lockers, and then left them to go deer hunting. Yeah, Siggy, that's exactly what I was saying. Yep. And he said in the county he was in, saw shotguns and rifles in those gun racks in the 80s. Yeah, that was the whole thing when I went to school. And
one other thing we're lacking now is kids don't get a good ass whooping anymore.
Yeah,
that's another solid point as well.
Well, one of the so we were talking about this a little while ago about the fact that I think it was Neon and Geeky Sparkles was talking about the fact that all of the latchkey generation, who was basically, we were free range children before the phrase free range children ever came about. We have more kindness and compassion and empathy than the kids raised by helicopter parents. And it's true, because so many of these kids nowadays, they don't have the empathy that we did.
Nope.
And I think the biggest reason why we have so much empathy is the fact that we had to do for ourselves so much.
That Dr. Spock has a lot to fucking answer for, the absolute fucking twat.
Yep. And yep, Siggy's also a latchkey kid. And we had to make do for ourselves the majority of the time. And especially up on the mountain. I mean, I'm not kidding when I said that when mom and dad had to go to work in the summertime, we'd get kicked out of the house and told, be back here by the time we get home. And we developed a sixth sense to know when mom or dad hit that top step and about to put the key in the damn door. We'd be on the other side of the damn mountain and we'd be like, oh shit, mom's home.
Shit.
And everybody'd be like going, oh fuck.
Bucka.
And then we'd start running home.
Yeah.
And
they were doing the Randy Felt face all the way down the mountain. I'm fucked. Look, get running towards the house, looking to see if there's anybody at home. I'm fucked. Sticking your head in the window. I'm fucked. Seeing if they're actually in the house. I'm not fucked. I'm not fucked.
Yep. Siggy says, I lived out in the country. I would be running around in the woods until I heard the horn. Yep, that was it. I mean, both Alice and Crazy, they live up near where I grew up. Though the place where the house where I grew up is now a river. That tears me up, is finding out, the place where your house used to be? Yeah, it's nothing there now, man.
It's
water.
It's underwater, man. It's underwater, man.
No,
you're literally living the oh brother, we're out there life.
No, it's literally the water washed away the land where it was at.
So, you are literally living the oh brother, we're out there life. Your whole place is underwater.
No, you're not hearing me, man. The land got lowered because it got washed away.
Yeah, that's what happens at the end
like
of that
10
movie.
Or 12 feet worth of land disappeared, and
that's
not the
what
water
happens
raising up over it. It's the fact that the water came in and just drug it away.
Yes. That's what happens at the end of that movie, Richard.
Happened with Helene again. It changed everything.
Yeah, it totally changed the topography, man.
It did.
Because if the house was still there, it would be it would be hovering in the air. Kind of like what happens if you're playing Fallout 4 with really bad mods. You delete something.
the hover physics that don't quite work for you.
Yes, but like I said, it's something else, man. I loved it up there, and I still do. But like I said, Charlie did so much good, and he was making the world a better place. And to see the people that was celebrating his death, that really hurt me. It made me want to say, "Oh hell no! Give me my baseball bat. We're going to play a game of baseball, but I'm going to be hitting two little balls if they exist at the same time to ensure your evil doesn't get passed on to another generation." Because it just, my God, this is some fucked up shit. And it just really, really gets to me that people could be so cold, so callous, and think of themselves as the good guys. I hate myself for feeling that I really wanted to pick up a baseball bat and go find these people and just beat the shit out of them. I hate myself for having that feeling. That's how come I know I'm not a good guy. Is because I got that wrathful, I want to kick somebody's ass because of it. And how can these people that celebrated this stuff see themselves as the good guys? And then it hit me that these are the same type of people who are writing comic books and movies and TV shows that are glorifying the villains right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a Sith, Siggy. I'm not a Sith. Come on.
I can feel your anger. Embrace the dark side of the Force.
Trust me, if I was to embrace the dark side of the Force, I would actually go for what really has power. Because anger, hatred, rage, these things are very short-lived. It fades in time.
No, but there is one thing that I've never regretted doing what was the right thing that made me feel good. I have always regretted never doing the things that would have absolutely fucking slammed somebody through a floor or through a table to make me feel good about it. I have never regretted ever doing it. I've only ever regretted not doing it.
Well, what I was saying,
and there are plenty of times where I should have fucking done it that I regret that I didn't.
Because this is something, if I was in the Star Wars universe, and if I was standing before Palpatine, I would make the statement: anger, rage, hate, all these things, they fade in time. But I know the true power of darkness. I have a darkness that will never fade, because the more I try to grasp the light, the further the light gets away, and the more that the darkness surrounds me and pulls me into it, it holds me down, and that is despair.
Thank you, Mr. Bain.
Because truly, despair, if you really want the dark side and to be truly empowered by the dark side, don't go after anger, rage, and hate. Let despair take you, because despair...
Okay, no, sorry, not Bane.
Grows.
Thank you, Boromir.
Despair grows, man. Trust me, I know this for a fact.
This is what I say. Thank you, Boromir. This is exactly what he was saying in the photo. To let despair drive us to destroy what hope we have. Thank you, Boromir.
Hey, the more you grasp and hold on to hope, the deeper the despair grows. That's the fucked up thing. That's the one thing that I've learned over the past almost 18 years. Because holding on to the hope that there would be a knock at the door and it'd be my kids, I grabbed onto that and I held onto it so damn tight, and it just kept, that light just kept getting smaller and smaller, and I just kept getting deeper into the depression.
There never was much hope. Just a fool's hope.
They are indoctrinated to such a point that they truly think that they have the moral high ground. And that's very true. See, that's very, very true, and that's
the irony that the moral high ground is still in the fucking gutter, which doesn't exonerate them at any point in time. That's the other stupid part. Yeah, okay, you want to stand there and claim you have the moral high ground? We're standing in the same level of shit, dickhead.
Yep, and the true moral high ground comes when you have the opportunity to strike somebody down and you don't take it.
Nah. Have to hard disagree with that one.
Because for me, it's literally, I've had, oh shoot, Crazy Horse Internet acting up. If you lose us, we'll try to get back. Sometimes goes out for a few minutes and comes back. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're going to be
it's
getting ready to close it up because
it
we're
sometimes
at 240.
does this.
Yeah,
But I
we're
can
at
hear
240.
it cutting out now.
All right. Well, we're at 240, so we might as well go ahead and get ready to close up. Shrubby, do you got any videos that you're getting ready to release?
At this point in time, not right this very second. But I will be joining Theta for his Cosmic Theta whatever theater in the next about an hour and a half, I believe he's doing it. So, there they go.
Yeah.
So I'll be joining him for that in the next hour and a half. He's got Airborne, Starman, and what was the third one? Mine's gone back. What's up, Ian?
Hey, Ian.
It's got mental blank.
Please be kind and rewind, Ian. Because we basically been talking about all kinds of stuff, mostly about the backlash that happened to the dumbasses that were celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. How they're
talking about the dark side of the Force.
Yeah, we did end up talking about the dark side of the Force. That the true power of the dark side is not anger, rage, or any of that.
Your faith in your friends is yours.
Because that's where the true power of the dark side comes in, is despair, man. That if you can tap into despair, man, the dark side is going to be not just your ally, it's going to be your bitch. Whatever you want.
I'm afraid this new station will be quite operational by the time your friends arrive.
But yeah, I've got my nephew showed me how to do the live streaming of my games, and I'm hopefully going to start doing some live streaming of Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, and maybe I'll do I'm trying to decide if I should do Jedi Fallen Order first before I do Fallout Survivor playthroughs. But I've been debating doing some
Fallout Survivor.
No, Jedi Survivor.
If
you've not played it, man, it's fun.
No,
hey, that would actually be a good game. That would actually be.
No, I have an extreme dislike for the actor they have for that. I'm not a fan. So
why? Because he played Joker.
Among other things, I just don't like him as an actor. Period. Even if he hadn't done Joker, I still wouldn't like him. But
yeah, I also play. Let's see. I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 and enjoying that. That's actually fun. Have you played it?
Which was this?
Cyberpunk 2077.
No, that's another one that, I'd had enough of CD Projekt Red and I wasn't going to fucking touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you ever decide to play Fallout 76, let me know. That way we can.
Yeah, you've got more chance of making the sun fucking go backwards than that. That's another one that I'm not going to fucking touch with a 10-foot pole as long as I fucking live.
Because the funny thing is, 76 has actually gotten good because they fixed it.
It might have, but I'm sorry. I was there. Don't quote the dark magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. I was there when the bag rip-off happened. I was there when all the pre-order bullshit happened.
Damn, was it really that bad?
It was. It really was that fucking bad.
Hey, son, we're doing pretty good. We're getting ready to.
They could create fucking 3D waifus that will suck your dick in the game, and I still won't fucking touch it.
Because I mean, when my nephew introduced me to Fallout 4, and Fallout 4's got a really big place in my heart because of the whole storyline. Father trying to find his kid, and
yeah, the Fallout 4, play that to your fucking heart's content. I'll play that with you if we can, but yeah, Fallout 76, nah. Nope.
And he was telling me that, there's this thing called Fallout 76, and it was free, so I played it, and I started enjoying it, and so I play it now. There's a group, the Enclave. The Enclave Strategic Command is a group. Yeah, that's it. That's a fellow Fallout 76 players that enjoy the Enclave faction. Yeah. And
the closest I come to playing that game is watching Oxhorn's lore videos, which I give him his due. He does decent videos, and the lore behind it is pretty decent, especially if you're a cryptid person. Beyond that, all they're going to get is a big fat.
Well, I love the fact that he talks about the actual real life stuff that goes behind the cryptids.
Agreed. Yes, he really dives into how it's legitimate or the historical side of things. Yes.
That's what Zach says. He's never played Fallout. It's fun. It's a really good game. I've played Fallout 4 a lot. Logan's been trying to get me to play Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
Definitely. If you're that into that side of role playing style of game, most certainly, it's nowhere near as linear as Fallout 4. So if you're expecting that level of game, don't.
Yeah,
because it's not the same. It's different. It is very much a RPG. You can go where you damn well please, but there are places where if you decide to go and you're not prepared, you will get fucked up.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I like Fallout 4 is I have the builder mods attached, so I can build stuff. I enjoy building.
None of that exists in Fallout 3 or New Vegas.
But Zach says he's only played the Fallout mobile game. Do you mean Fallout Shelter? Because I
played that.
Because I've been playing that on Steam. And
I like playing it on the mobile. It's even more fun on the mobile. Just watching people react to the Fallout sounds, and they can't figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, on the Enclave Strategic Command server, we were sitting there talking about it because I said I'm playing the Fallout Shelter, and one of the survivors that came to live in my vault is Colonel Autumn.
Oh, yes.
And he's one of the survivors that lives in my shelter. And
you can get a hell of a lot of them. You get Alistair Tenpenny. You can get
I got him.
You get Elder Maxim. You name a Fallout character. You can get Three Dog. You can get Three Dog. You can get fucking old man Longfellow, old Longfellow from Fallout 4. You can get him. Yeah, every Fallout character you can possibly think of. They have a spawn rate in Fallout Shelter.
Yep. I'm still playing it, hoping one day I'll be able to get Cat and Curie. Because I haven't got them yet.
No. As far as I know, that one was you have to buy it. You can't just get that. You have to buy it. Sorry.
But like
don't worry, I tried that one as well. I tried looking that one up. Yeah, no, apparently you have to buy that one. So
because I got Colonel Autumn. And like a third of all the babies that had been born in my vault.
You turned him into a baby breeder, didn't you?
Yes, he just
fucking jiggy. Ass.
He got jiggy with all the chicks and knocked them up. A third of my vault now are his kids. And I was talking.
Christ.
And one of the guys on the server, the Enclave Strategic Command, he's playing a character that's the great grandfather or something like that of Colonel Autumn, and it's hilarious. I said, dude, you're not going to believe this. And I'm playing Fallout Shelter, and I made the mistake of whenever we had Deathclaw attacking the vault, and to get them to stop, I put a whole bunch of soldiers in one of the living quarters to stop them from getting through it with all the heavy weapons. And he ended up staying in those living quarters, and it was the living quarters where I put all the women.
Whoops.
And he knocked them all up. And I'm like going, wait a minute. Where all the, and I forgot I had left him there, and I kept signing back in and new babies. I'm like, okay, click. I'm like, Autumn. Holy shit! And thus a third of my my vault's population now have the last name Autumn.
and thus his secret. Yeah, and thus his secret breeding plans have come exposed, chat.
Hey, I didn't do it on purpose.
Sure you didn't.
Because I was so stunned. And the funny thing is, the guy that's playing Colonel Autumn's great-great-grandfather, I said, you're not going to believe this. And when I told him about it, he says, that's my boy. It was so funny.
Yeah, son! That's my boy!
And he also commented that, oh my God, that's my boy, even though he's a man whore. that was the funny thing about it. Oh, but yeah,
you are so easily entertained, sir. You are so easily entertained.
Yes, that's why I play games like that. It's so easy to make me laugh. Okay, yeah, internet crashed for a moment, but got a little signal on the phone. Crazy. Sorry that you guys got bumped. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. As always, you've always got a seat here by the fire. Anytime you guys want to come on, just let me know. We'll do more of this more special edition fireside chats whenever topics come up that people want to talk about.
Yeah, just don't come on Eileen. Sorry.
Phrasing, man. Phrasing. But like I said, because we will probably be doing another Let's Talk About the Mountains again. Also, I still want us to do Let's Talk About some cartoons that we watched as kids. Because when I shared, we were getting everything together to do the Cyberpunk game that we ended up having to cancel because it broke a tooth. Ended up turning into a Mutants and Masterminds game. I showed the cartoon opening for Rubik's The Amazing Cube.
Oh, God.
And none of the guys had ever heard of it or seen it, and they're like, "Oh my God!" Because Zachary held up his Rubik's Cube stress ball, and I was like, "Did you know there was a cartoon about Rubik's Cube?" And he's like, "What?" And I showed it to him. He's like, "Oh my
Get
God,
the spray bottle. Oi, get the spray bottle. Aim it at Siggy.
Uh-oh, Siggy, you made me do it. Here it is. Come on. Hold on. Bad Sig Valderson. Bad Siggy. Bad Siggy. Bad Siggy. Bad. Bad boy. Bad boy.
Phrasing.
I love you guys. Supposed to go down to Bill's Creek to take the trash to the dump station tomorrow. I need to take my camera out and take some pictures around Bill's Creek. Thank you, Crazy. Yeah, then we're telling you to have a nice evening too, but stop talking about pushing the button. I'd rather hear you sing the praises of the Emperor of Mankind, man, instead of praising a deadbeat dad.
I know I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there, please save me, Superman.
But yeah, there's there's because we were talking about the Pac-Man cartoon, and Zach originally thought I was talking about the 3D animated one, and I told him no, there was one back in the 80s.
Yeah, there was an actual animated one. Yeah,
yeah, and I showed him that
one
too.
We proved that.
And because I showed it to him, and he's like, "Oh my God, why is he wearing a hat?" And I was like, "I don't know either." But yeah,
I still remember that PlayStation 3D game they made. Crap, Christ, that was a good game.
Yeah, and I want to do a cartoon retrospective. Let's talk about where we talk about the cartoon shows that we watched as kids on Saturday morning, because kids. I mean, I had this discussion with my niece and my nephews about how lucky they are that they can watch cartoons whenever they want to. Because when we were kids, it was Saturday mornings. And if you were lucky, when you came home from school, and if you got home in time, you got to watch the Disney afternoon cartoons. But being up on the mountain, you know, we usually were getting home so late that it was already going off the air. I mean, I would get on the bus.
Saturday morning cartoons, Cheese TV on weekdays. You know, fucking, you know, after school cartoons. You know, mine was Dinosaur. You know, the TV show Dinosaur. You know, with the little baby Sinclair.
Not the mama.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
And
I've had it with this. Not the mama. I am not the mama. I'm your daddy. Daddy.
You know that the last episode, the season finale, you know, the series finale was one of the most darkest things ever.
Yeah. I'm generally glad I never saw it. I don't think that the last season ever made it over here, because I don't remember ever seeing it.
Well, they say, okay, this is one for the history books. They say on the Wikipedia that the series finale was never aired in Australia and several other countries because it was felt to be too dark to be on a kids show.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the least.
And so that's why you never got to see it. And I mean that the show was funny. It was a fun little romp show, and that, like I said, I want to do it. Let's talk about the shows, and that's one of them, because I'd love to do it. Also, a big time. Let's talk about Gargoyles, because Gargoyles was such an awesome show, and it just was really good, and it was aimed at young adults, teenagers. And
so several awakenings of whatever happened with Christ, what was the chick's name? The one, the purple skin one that was secretly in love with, might have been in love with the main gargoyle dude. Yeah. I still remember having funny feelings in my winky after over that one.
Yeah. And people wonder where furries came from. Yeah, we're sick perverts. But what can we say?
Well,
at least we're honest about it.
Yeah, it was never a furry thing though. You never went to the furry thing. It was just boobies.
Yeah.
Boobies. Yeah, I didn't see furries coming about from fucking Jessica Rabbit, did you?
No. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to hopefully have coming up. Anybody that has a topic that they'd like to see, drop me a message.
Make that the topic. Bring your most obscure and whatever cartoons that you liked or watched as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Make that as a discussion point. Go for it.
Yes, exactly. That's because the whole point of this channel is to talk about the stuff we love and to share it with others, because this world needs a lot more love in it. And Charlie Kirk's assassination proves it, especially with the crazy people that was celebrating it. We need more love in the world, guys. And so everybody, be the positive change you want in the world. Let your example lead the way. And hopefully, just hopefully, we'll bridge that gap and show the world that we're human too. And maybe, just maybe, they'll see our humanity and they'll stop wanting to kill us and celebrate when somebody does. And never ever forget, you're not alone. You are loved. And I love each and every one of you. Even you, Shrubby.
Yay.
And yes, Siggy, I love you too. And yes, I even love Harvey, even though he is a deadbeat dad.